Hi, in this video, we will see strings in Java. Okay, already we have discussed that we have primitive data types and reference data types. String comes under reference data type, but it is very important. So strings in Java, string is a sequence of characters, but in Java, a string is an object that represents a sequence of characters. The java.lang.string class is used to create a string object. So normally string means sequence of characters. Okay, everything is string. If you talk about this paragraph also, it's a kind of string. Everything is sequence of characters. S is a character, T is a character, R is a character. So sequence of these characters are called strings. But in Java, apart from that, string is an object also. That is defined in java.lang package. So how you will create a string? So two ways normally you can create a string. The first is using string literal. So string, some s is equals to, this is string literal example that should be inside double quotes. Okay. So how you do this? In the primitive type, int I is equals to 10, boolean b is equals to true. The same way, string s is equal to something in between double quotes. Another way is using new keyword. So as it is a class, so you will create an object to the class, right, by using new keyword that we have seen. Okay, so the same way for string also, string s is equals to new string. So with the help of new keyword, you can create an object. This way also you can create a string. So apart from this, as a string is a class, you have n number of methods inside this. You see, length, caret, contain, starts with, ends with, index of, is empty, replace, substring, again substring, to lowercase, to uppercase, trim, compare to, concat. So you have n number of methods. So many methods inside this string class. All are very much helpful. So we will discuss in detail about these methods in our next video. But in this video, we will see string, what is string, how to create string, how internally it works. Okay, so by taking one example, we'll understand all these things. Let me go to Visual Studio Code. So I have created one class called strings demo. Okay, so first we already discussed that first point is sequence of characters. So sequence of characters where you can store character array. Right, how it will be? So inside the curly braces, you can mention, just an example I'm taking. Okay, Java, JAVA, these are 4 characters. Sequence of these characters I'm storing in where character array. Okay, so now how can I assign this to string? String s is equals to new string of ch. Okay, so if you try to print this, yes. Okay, if you try to print this, we'll see how it will execute, whether it will give Java or not. It should print Java like this. Okay, so Java strings demo dot Java. You see that it is printing Java. Okay, so but you cannot create string something like this for each and every time. How much big string if you want, you cannot create string array, no, all these things, it is difficult. So normally how many ways you can do that? So first way that we have seen in on the PPT, string s1 is equals to Java. Okay, so again I'll print the same thing, s1. Okay, when you try to print this 2 times, it will print Java. Okay, so we are seeing the same output. And another way, okay, so another way is string s2 is equals to new string of I can say Java program. Okay. And the same way, if I print this S2, I'll print S2, how it prints Java program. So we'll try to execute this S2. You see that Java program, but outside you will feel that everything is same, but internally how it is working. Okay. So the moment when you use this one, string S2 is equal to new string, what it will do, it will create two objects. Okay, two separate objects in the memory. So one is in heap memory. Okay, and second one is for each string there is a separate memory called string constant pool. In string constant pool. Okay, string constant pool. Inside this, it will create. So this is how it will do. How internally it will do. I'll take an example and I'll show you. So in the memory, something like this. Just an example. So you take this is heap memory. This is string constant pool. So the moment when you create an object, it will create this Java here in the heap memory and Java program, whatever it is. Okay. So S2 will point to this. Okay. And the same way, this is for new keyword. With the help of new keyword only will create an object, right? So with the help of that, you'll create one object. But whatever you have written inside this string, means in the double quotes, for this, it will create one more Java program in the string constant pool. Okay. So this is how it will create in two ways, means in two places. But actual S2 will be pointed to heap memory only. Right? S2 will be pointed to heap memory. Okay. So now what I'll do, I will take another string. Okay. Same again here, but it will S3. Okay. And the same way, if I try to print this one also, same thing, Java program. Okay. Let me execute this. What happened? Sorry, I need to change it to S3. You will get Java program again, no problem. But outside, you feel that, okay, I created one string, it is printing. But internally, how it works, when you talk about this, it will again, for the S3 object, it will create one more object here in the heap memory, Java program, and S3 will point to this. But when it comes to string constant pool, it has to create one more object here for this. Okay. But how it will behave string constant pool, the moment when you look into string constant pool, if Java program is already there, means same string already is there, then it will not create another one. So it will not accept duplicate values. Okay. It will not accept duplicate values. But in the heap memory, it will create and it will point to this one, not this one. Okay. So this is how internally it works. And if you take second way, first way, right, we have taken this one. So the same way, if I try to print string S 4 is equals to Java program, same thing. Okay. And I will try to print the same thing here also. S4. And again, I'll do the same thing with some other, means with the S5. So output will be same. Output will be same. If I try to execute this, you see 4 times Java program. Why it is here S2, S3, S4, S5, it is printing Java program. But how internally this is called string literal. Okay, that is using new object. This is called string literal. So how internally it behaves. Okay, so for this, just an example I'm taking. Otherwise, if you take the same thing, so for this, there is no new keyword here, right? How we use a new keyword here? Here it is not there. So for this, it will not create an object in the heap memory. For this, it will try to create in the string constant pool. But the moment when it comes, so Java program is already there. So it will not create another one. It will point to this one. And the same way, S5 also points to the same one. Okay, it will not create duplicate things and it will not touch heap memory. Okay, so string constant pool, it will, if it is not there, it will create. If it is already there, it will point to that. Okay, so how you make sure that no, this is exactly working inside the memory, something like this. So we'll try to prove that. Okay, so let me clear this. So we will try to prove this. For that, we need to use one of the methods called proof. So system.out.println. Here we have one of the methods in system class, system.identity hash code of, we need to take from S2. Okay, this is using new object. So what happens internally, for each and every object, it will create one hash code that will be, so each and every object will have a unique identity hash code. Okay, so if everything is a new object, then S2 should have a unique value, S3 should have a unique value, and S4 and S5 should also have a unique values. But if you execute this program, we will see what S2 will print, S3 will print, S4 will print, S5 will print. As per the previous discussion, S2 will have a separate object in heap memory. Okay, separate. S3 will also have separate in heap memory. But S4, it will have one reference to the string constant pool. So it will print one value, unique value. But for S5 also, it should print the same value. The reason is S4 and S5 both are pointing to the same object that is there in the string constant pool. So if it is, whatever we discussed, if it is printing the same way, then it will be clear for us. So let me run this program. You see, this is S2 and S3, two separate values, but S4 and S5 printing same values. 366590980, 366590980, but these two are different. Okay, if I try to execute the same thing again, this time also same. How many times you execute, it will give you the same information. Okay, so this is for S2. Okay, and this is for S3. And this is for S4 and S5, both are having same value. Right. So with the help of this identity hash code information, we proved that these two will have different objects because of the two different hash codes. But S4 and S5 will point into the same object because of that both are printing same number. Right. So this is how we'll come to know that these are pointing to the values or objects there in the where string constant pool. Okay, so this is all about string in Java, and how you can initialize and print, and the same way how many ways you can do. Is how internally it works with the new operator, and if you directly string S4 is equal string literal, so how it will be behaving internally in the memory. Okay, so that's all in this. Before concluding this, what could be the possible interview questions from this? So they might ask, what is string in Java? String is a class, so reference data type. How many ways you can create strings? So using new keyword and string literal, difference between string literal and string with new keyword. That's what we have discussed. So what are the string methods that we will discuss in our next video? Okay, this could be your possible interview questions from this topic. Okay, that's all in this video. Thank you.